The Book of Jubilees, chapter 20. And in the 42nd Jubilee, in the first year of the 7th week, Abraham called Ishmael and his 12 sons, and Isaac and his 2 sons, and the 6 sons of Keturah and their sons. And he commanded them that they should observe the way of I am, that they should work righteousness and love each other, his neighbor, and act on this manner amongst all men, that they should each so walk with regard to them as to do judgment and righteousness on the earth, that they should circumcise their sons according to the covenant which he had made with them, and not deviate to the right hand or to the left of all the paths which the Most High had commanded us, and that we should keep ourselves from all fornication and uncleanness, and renounce from amongst us all fornication and uncleanness. And if any woman or maid commit fornication amongst you, burn her with fire, and let them not commit fornication with her after their eyes and their heart. And let them not take to themselves wives from the daughters of Canaan, for the seed of Canaan will be rooted out of the land. And he told them of the judgment of the giants, and the judgment of the Sodomites, how they had been judged on account of their wickedness, and had died on account of their fornication and uncleanness, and mutual corruption through fornication. And guard yourselves from all fornication and uncleanness, and from all pollution of sin, lest ye make our name a curse, and your whole life a hissing, and all your sons to be destroyed by the sword, and ye become accursed like Sodom, and all your remnant as the sons of Gomorrah. I implore you, my sons, love the Most High of heaven, and cleave ye to all his commandments, and walk not after their idols, and after their uncleanness. And make not for yourselves molten or graven gods, for they are vanity, and there is no spirit in them. For they are work of men's hands, and all who trust in them trust in nothing. Serve them not, nor worship them, but serve ye the Most High Power, and worship him continually, in hope for his countenance always, and work uprightness and righteousness before him, that he may have pleasure in you and grant you his mercy, and send rain upon you morning and evening, and bless all your works which ye have wrought upon the earth, and bless thy bread and thy water, and bless the fruit of thy womb, and the fruit of thy land, and the herd of thy cattle, and the flock of thy sheep. And ye will be for a blessing on the earth. And all nations of the earth will desire you, and bless your sons in my name, that they may be blessed as I am. And he gave to Ishmael and to his sons, and to the sons of Keturah gifts, and sent them away from Isaac his son. And he gave everything to Isaac his son. And Ishmael and his sons, and the sons of Keturah and their sons, went together and dwelt from Paran to the entering in of Babylon, in all the land which is towards the east facing the desert. And these mingled with each other, and their name was called Arabs and Ishmaelites. So chapter 20 was beautiful, y'all. It was basically about Abraham, Father Abraham, gathering around all his 12 sons and his great-grandchildren and great-great-grandchildren, you know what I'm saying? Gathering them all around and giving them lifelong lessons to be known, as well as blessing them at the same time. And I could only imagine that, y'all. And I know it used to always be like that, like back in the day, before we corrupted our ways to the point where we don't even want to be around our family, you know what I'm saying? I mean, when is the last time y'all actually seen like a Family Matters type black family together? You know what I'm saying? Mom, dad in the house, you got grandma staying there, or either mother-in-law, father-in-law, somebody-in-law staying there with you, all the kids running around. You got teenagers, you know what I'm saying, young adults taking care of the young children, and just everybody under the same roof, you know what I'm saying, following the rules of the Father. And that's how it should be, and that's how it will be once the Son of Man comes back. But until then, we have to just observe our forefathers' ways, just like prime example, Father Abraham. He gathered around all his great grandchildren, his children, you know what I'm saying, and told them of things to come, blessings, and actually blessed them. And back in biblical times, if a prophet, a true prophet, told you something, then just like that, just like a snap of a finger, it's done. You know what I'm saying? The Book of Jubilees, chapter 21. And in the 6th year of the 7th week of this Jubilee, Abraham called Isaac his son, and commanded him, saying, I am become old, and know not the day of my death, and am full of my days. And behold, I am 175 years old, and throughout all the days of my life I have remembered the Most High, and sought with all my heart to do his will, and to walk uprightly in all his ways. My soul has hated idols, and I have despised those that serve them. And spirit, that I might observe to do the will of him who created me. And for he is the living power, and he is holy and faithful, and he is righteous beyond all, and there is with him no accepting of men's persons, and no accepting of gifts. For the Most High is righteous, and executeth judgment on all those who transgress his commandments and despise his covenant. And do thou, my son, observe his commandments and his ordinances and his judgments, and walk not after the abominations, and after the graven images, and after the molten images. And eat no blood at all of the animal or cattle, or of any bird which flies in the heaven. And if thou dost slay a victim as an acceptable peace offering, slay ye it, and pour out its blood upon the altar, and all the fat of the offering offer on the altar with fine flour, and the meat offering mingled with oil, with its drink offering. Offer them all together on the altar of burnt offering. It is a sweet savor before the Most High. And thou wilt offer the fat of the sacrifice of thanks offering on the fire which is upon the altar, and the fat which is on the belly, and all the fat on the inwards, and the 2 kidneys, and all the fat that is upon them, and upon the loins and liver thou shalt remove, together with the kidneys. And offer all these for a sweet savor acceptable before the Most High, with its meat offering, and with its drink offering for a sweet savor, the bread of the offering unto the Most High. And eat its meat on that day, and on the 2nd day, and let not the sun on the 2nd day go down upon it till it is eaten, and let nothing be left over for the 3rd day. For it is not acceptable, for it is not approved, and let it no longer be eaten, and all those who eat thereof will bring sin upon themselves. For thus I have found it written in the books of my forefathers, and in the words of Enoch, and in the words of Noah. And on all thy oblations thou shalt strew salt, and let not the salt of the covenant be lacking in all thy oblations before the Most High. And as regard the wood of the sacrifice, beware, lest thou bring other wood for the altar in addition to these: cypress, differan, sagad, pine, fir, cedar, savin, palm, olive, myrrh, laurel, and citron, juniper, and balsam. And of these kinds of wood lay upon the altar under the sacrifice, such as have been tested as to their appearance, and do not lay thereon any split or dark wood, but hard and clean, without fault, a sound and new growth. And do not lay thereon old wood, for its fragrance is gone, and for there is no longer fragrance in it as before. Besides these kinds of wood, there is none other that thou shalt place on the altar, for the fragrance is dispersed, and the smell of its fragrance goes not up to heaven. Observe this commandment and do it, my son, that thou mayest be upright in all thy deeds, and at all times be clean in thy body, and wash thyself with water before thou approachest to offer on the altar, and wash thy hands and thy feet before thou drawest near to the altar. And when thou art done sacrificing, wash again thy hands and thy feet, and let no blood appear unto you, nor upon your clothes. Be on thy guard, my son, against blood, be on thy guard exceedingly. Cover it with dust, and do not eat any blood, for it is the soul. Eat no blood whatsoever, and take no gifts for the blood of man, lest it be shed with impunity without judgment. For it is the blood that is shed that causes the earth to sin, and the earth cannot be cleansed from the blood of man, save by the blood of him who shed it. And take no present or gift for the blood of man, blood for blood, that thou mayest be accepted before the Most High power. For he is defense of the good, that thou mayest be preserved from all evil, and that he may save thee from every kind of death. I see, my son, that all the works of the children of men are sin and wickedness, and all their deeds are uncleanness and an abomination and a pollution, and there is no righteousness with them. Beware, lest thou shouldest walk in their ways, and tread in their paths, and sin a sin unto death before the Most High power. Else he will hide his face from thee, and give thee back into the hands of thy transgression, and root thee out of the land, and thy seed likewise from under heaven. And thy name and thy seed will perish from the whole earth. Turn away from all their deeds and all their uncleanness, and observe the ordinance of the Most High power, and do his will, and be upright in all things. And he will bless thee in all thy deeds, and will raise up from thee the plant of righteousness through all the earth, throughout all generations of the earth. And my name and thy name will not be forgotten under heaven forever. Go, my son, in peace. May the Most High power, my power, and thy power strengthen thee to do his will. And may he bless all thy seed and the residue of thy seed for the generations forever, with all righteous blessings, that thou mayest be a blessing on all the earth. And he went out from him rejoicing. Chapter 21 was beautiful. You know what I'm saying? It was basically about a father telling his son, the whole rundown just on life in general. You know what I'm saying? I mean, my pops used to give me rundowns all the time. And me being his firstborn, that even meant that much more. You know what I'm saying? Just like Father Abraham pulled Isaac to the side and was like, hey, let me tell you something real quick. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting older. You need to know these things because I'm not going to be here all the time. And when I'm not here, then you got to take over, basically. So we got to give Father Abraham just a quick hand clap, because he deserves it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Father of the Year, you know what I'm saying? I mean, doing exactly what he's supposed to do in the Most High's eyes. So a friend of the Most High, Father of the Year. I mean, what else could you want in a servant? You know what I'm saying? Like, I could see why, again, the Most High called Abraham a friend. And if I was a high power, I'm not saying I am, but I'm just saying if I was, though, I would want somebody like Abraham to do what I told him to do. You know what I'm saying? And to do it without question. Just like he told Father Abraham to take Isaac and to basically sacrifice him. And I bet Father Abraham said, all right, let's get it done. You know what I'm saying? Because paraphrasing out the Bible, you know what I'm saying, the Most High said you're supposed to not love anybody over me. Not father, not mother, not child, nobody over me. So basically that was probably what Father Abraham was thinking as he was taking Isaac with him to be that sacrifice. All praise to the power of the Son of Man, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Father, I am that I am, and for his only begotten Son, the Son of Man, to finally come and rescue the lost sheep of the house of Israel out of this trouble that I call Jacob, spiritually Jacob's trouble. All praise, Israel. Shalom.